that they are making. But yeah, go and check out that because there's going to be a really interesting competition. Also, they have mentioned, it's not official, but if there are more than 3 good maps, they may release a community DLC available. Probably for free. Not sure, but yeah, it sounds good. It's a great chance to be creative. I'm definitely going to make a map and submit it. And this dynamite has been destroyed by whatever the hell was over here. There've been, quite a lot of light vehicles in this battle so far. We've seen 2 armoured cars at least from the Japanese. Those mortars. We've seen 2 Daimlers so far, which is, for a 2v2 game, kind of a lot. We've seen a half-track go down as well. This guy gets a grenade off. All the other guys duck for cover. Ducking for cover is not the appropriate action for a grenade. You need to stop, drop, and roll. Anyone who ever went to grenade school should know this. Central position, controlled by the Commonwealth now. Not for long, though, presumably. Tries to run more guys up here. A grenade goes off straight away. He was preparing for some guy to run up there. And well played by Mithras. Unfortunate for Pandu. I'm sure Pandu's going to shine. So far all players are doing pretty damn good stuff. I'm loving it all. We can see mortars going back and forth here. Shelling on both sides. The Japanese don't like this mortar at all. They are trying to gain more of an advantage by destroying this mortar. It honestly looks like for the Commonwealth that most that they have is infantry and this mortar. There's a few vehicles in the back. But at the moment, they don't see them. I don't think they realise that those vehicles exist. So for now, it is this mortar which is the highest threat for them. And if they can take care of that, they can gain a bigger advantage. You have probably heard this from most commentators, that gaining the advantage is much better than just going for the win and trying to annihilate them in one go, because this happens a lot in Company of Heroes. I've played against so many people. I was actually pretty damn good at Company of Heroes Online, but there were just people that which would just rush your base, and it was like, no, you're gonna lose a lot of crap, and I'm just gonna like run in and take all your zones now. That's fine. You do that all you like. This Daimler, I think this is the 3rd, possibly the 2nd, still hanging around the back. Already gets D-track. You can see the track fall off there. Kind of bad news for this Daimler. It's going to continually be hit by an AT or AA gun, one of the two. A guy gets out to go and repair it now. Repairing the wrong track. What are you doing? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes they just like randomly repair in a random direction. I always usually see them go to wherever the damaged area is and repair it there. Maybe there is some damage there, I don't see it. But on this centre, we have a lot of mortar rounds going off. This guy is in direct control from Pandu. He's not even aiming, he's just firing away like the Call of Duty noob, just possibly going to get a few team kills. In fact, there's not even many Commonwealth around here, so he can't even do that. But the flag is now capping for the Commonwealth. He's hiding behind that rock. Once again, more guys coming to assist. And he lays down inside the rock. Perfect cover inside of a rock. If you hollow it out. Lots of explosions happening, by the way, from mortars. We do have a Ho-Ro from the Japanese. Big, heavy artillery gun. Firing on this rear mortar position. We do have 2 mortars now for the Commonwealth. And this half-track at the back. Laying in wait, trying to do something. Not sure what it's going to do. It's a bit risky to run to the middle. There's plenty of AT from the Japanese. It's a bit too late for this to enter the battle. Okay, yeah, it can still be effective. Probably better off earlier game. But we usually see this little light tank called the Go rip up the battlefield very early on in the game, and everyone's like, oh, it's so overpowered, it's coming right for me. And yeah, it honestly does feel that way when you come up against it, but you have to use it right. Like anything in this game, you have to use it well. Otherwise, it's just going to be pure crap. Steep learning curve, this game, I kind of feel. If you pretend this game has any other elements like, you know, another game, half track goes down. But as I was saying, I was like, oh, what? This game doesn't have a retreat button? There's no reinforce for squads? What is this? This isn't... Wait a minute, this isn't Company of Heroes. Oh, of course, it's a completely different game. Of course it's going to be different. And I actually said that to myself. I was like, how do I retreat? How do I reinforce? It was very weird for me. But, you know, after I realised that this isn't Company of Heroes, it kind of gets... it makes sense. Gonna be on the offensive this go. Going straight down the middle road, it looks like... Oh, God, this could end horribly for this. It gets rid of all the infantry in the middle. The infantry scatter to the sides of the valleys. It runs over the mortar, pushes the mortar away, actually, and goes on this ramp. There's a guy approaching from the rear. Just barely misses. Oh, great evasive maneuvers, but he ends up on a ridge again. I'm not sure if he's trying to get up that ridge and getting stuck or something. His direct control seems a little bit weird. This guy... I'm not sure if he has a second AT grenade. I don't believe he does, but even if he does, he gets ran over by the go. Looked like a grenade. I think he was trying to sacrifice himself with a grenade and run up to the side of the vehicle. Could have been effective. Regardless, this comet comes and saves the day. And it looked like for a second he was going to fire an additional shot into it. And it's like, fuck you. Fuck you for killing all my guys. And this is starting to look more like a battlefield. This comet fires straight down the road, has excellent view, can gun down a lot of the approaching stuff from that road. Central position completely neutral now, and something's firing on that comet. I think it is the row from earlier, the heavy artillery. Some Japanese infantry moving up on the left hand side from Seth's. We can assume that Seth is controlling it. A few grenades go over. Churchill Crocodile heavy tank coming out now. Nice big boomy gun sound. I do like the sound of the tanks in this game. It's freaking awesome. Hull damage for the Comet tank. That's a little unfortunate. If that Comet has gone down, then you know it's quite possible that the Churchill could be in some danger as well. In the back, we've got. I think there's an officer on the field. It does look like there's an officer using binoculars to scout out where the enemy AT is. It's actually an AT gun all the way down the road, and it does hit the track. The D-track Churchill is now in some danger as that AA gun is going to continually fire at it, and the guy is going to have to move around to the other side, which means he could get hit by the AA gun, and if the guy who's trying to repair the track is constantly killed, then that Churchill is just completely immobile. Could be hit by, I don't know, any surprise AT thing, or, you know, the AA gun could destroy it over a period of time. It is a heavy tank. So an AA gun looks like a light AA gun. I'm not sure of the classifications of AA guns, but I usually go by the bigger it is, the most likely more deadly it is. Good rule of thumb. It's being hit by artillery now. 3 misses. Could have decrewed, not sure. The fog of war eludes us. And once again, this central position is completely neutral with nobody capping currently. Churchill now being fired at from 2 AA guns. And back here we have artillery firing on the Priest, which was firing in response to the AA guns, trying to assist that Churchill. Priest, still repairable, but decrewed. They need to get a tank crew in that and pull it away to safety. A little tip is when you use your artillery is to move it back. Don't leave it in the field, because when it fires it does reveal its location. So a good idea is to move up, fire, and then move it away as soon as possible. A missile, a Ho-Ri missile is fired on the Churchill. It just misses. It does kill that guy and launches the repair kit really far away. That guy has to move really far away to go get it, and begins repairing the track again from the wrong side, no less. A machine gun moving up, and the Priest has been remanned. A second Priest on the field, and damn it, I missed this tank get blown up by, I don't know, something that's got a hell of a lot of flame. The turret has been disconnected and rolls down the hill. That's definitely irreparable now. Hooray! Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something to cheer about. I feel that these guys have been programmed to be sarcastic in a way. Beautiful visual effects, by the way. Just water pouring down and the bushes on fire. Kind of nice. I do like the way this game looks. Although last night I was told this game runs on a really old engine, which is kind of surprising because the game looks really good. In all honesty, the only thing this game needs is a bit of optimization, as some computers have difficulty running it. But when there's so much action going on the field, and especially if you play 8v8 and this machine gun gets plowed by an armored vehicle, great use of this armored vehicle. I'm surprised that it's just continuing to exist. Then again, the Heavy Churchill and the Comet, the only thing which was providing anti-tank support, could have dealt with this. He runs in and initiates self-destruct. He was going to try and take out that kamikaze style, but with an armored vehicle. But no way that priest is going to fall for that. He's going to back away, and the Daimler also assists. And one of the Commonwealth soldiers just fires into the armored car and then runs into it. Stupid AI. Kills himself. Daimler gets hit by something. I'm not sure what that is hit by. A lot of carnage going on down this road now. This is insane. This AA gun is being pinged once again. An officer is looking at it with his binoculars. They want to hit it with something. The priests seem a little bit inaccurate, although there are two of them now. But they are threatened by the Ho-Ri anti-artillery. That's not a thing. Just the artillery from the Japanese firing back at them. These guys take cover behind one of the MG bunkers. A little bit clippy through the terrain, but there's a lot of glitchy stuff in games, but it's not something to be overly concerned by. It's like dirt under my nails for me. It's like, ugh, I want to get it out horribly. It's but stuff happens in games. It's always the case. I'm not going to avoid it. I know some commentators are like, look away, I don't want to show something bad about my game. No, but it's a game. Of course, stuff like that is always the case, but I don't give a damn. It's still an awesome game nonetheless, with or without its faults. Artillery hits a load of guys now. Totally. Okay, a lot of them survived actually. I thought most of them were dead. Kind of surprising, really. They will need to heal up though. That did reduce them to the point of death. It's kind of calmed down a little now. Still bombs going off, but compared to what it was earlier, looking pretty safe. Unfortunately, one of these priests was destroyed. The other priest is okay. We're waiting for server now. Sorry, this game is live, so I can't avoid any of these problems. But I suppose whilst we're waiting, I'm rotating the camera. Hell, I'll go with it anyway. A little reasoning behind why I want to do these videos, not because I want to be like that guy and I want to do this, I want to get loads of followers and stuff like that. Firstly on the agenda is yeah, okay. Firstly on the agenda is Men of War really needs replays or observers, one of the two. It can be a really competitive game. Looking at the explosions, it's freaking awesome! Secondly, I really do like esports. Unfortunately, a lot of the games I see emphasized on at the moment in terms of big esport games, I'm not going to say I dislike them entirely. That's not really the case. I just find it very unfair that they're very specific and they're kind of the same. People argue like, oh, you can't really have random chance in game, and this game isn't random. Random stuff happens in it, sure, but the entire game is still skill based. Why is it skill based? Why is there no really random outcomes from games? Well, that's because it's a